era for American cricket began in 2021.
There he goes into a dive! What a catch!
The rise of cricket was celebrated across the country. Now, with big wickets and even bigger hits, the stars of minor league cricket are back and better than ever.
Primus goes huge!
Don't miss the nation's largest league competing for the biggest prize in American cricket. The Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship returns June 25th.
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.
Chicago Blasters versus the East Bay Blazers. East Bay Blazers winning the toss, choosing to bowl first, and have decided to start with spin. I'm Suhas Vedam, joined by Lenny. Lenny, are you surprised by starting with spin here?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Suhas. Good morning to you. Yeah, a couple of good balls here from Brar. RG Brar. Always Zia. Man on the screen. Fahad Babar is at the 22 yards away. So Chicago, as you mentioned, Suhas, have been sent in. We've seen a couple of balls in the game already.
This one was quicker. Good morning to all the viewers. The fact that Fahad Babar has now been asked to open, this tells you he's one of those cricketers who might not be in the best of forms but loves more responsibility. Lenny, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, for one thing, I've seen him play before. This is the first run of the innings. It comes off the bat of away is Zia. He's a top quality batsman, so he turns the strike over to Fahad Babar. And over time, I've seen Fahad Babar, very attacking player. But I would want to think Suhas, the spin has come in just to offset the timing here of Fahad Babar. He loves the ball coming on. He's an attacking player.
He definitely is an attacking player. All those years in Sri Lanka as well for Fahad Babar when he played first-class cricket, he would have adjusted to the spin for sure, because that is one place where you learn to play spin. Ball turns square, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're right on that. He takes time to get going. But he's going to be a key man here. Ball cut into the offside, and so he's off the mark. Along with away is Zia. And things are on the way here at pitch number 6. 2 without loss. Chicago Blasters have been sent in. And you're watching the East Bay Blazers. This is Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. And this is day number 3.
Yeah, the cricket carnival continues here at the Prairie Cricket Complex in Houston. Away's here. He's got a good innings under his belt. He's looking at the leg side more often now. That's because of the wide open spaces. Remember, first 6 overs, the second run was not on. It's just a false call. Remember, the first 6 overs, only 2 men are allowed to patrol the boundary rope. 1 over gone, 3 for no loss. It's a quiet start.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Oh, yeah. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom.
Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
One over gone, 3 for no loss. And Mark Dayal has been under the ball. Alright, spin, trial by spin from both ends. It's going to be different this time around. A different day, same track, same ground, but different tactics. Mark Dayal has been excellent for East Bay Blazers. Back in Seattle, won them a game 55 of 19 with the bat in hand and chips in with the wickets. Today, a different role for him as well. With the restrictions, he's got to be tighter. Is it on?
So Mark Dial makes a start, dot ball. And things are on the way here. So we're in the second over being bowled by Mark Dial. And we'll come into bowl to away's Zia. Quiet start, as Suhas would have mentioned, and even quieter here with a couple of balls off the over of Mark Dial. CPL player, has been around the Caribbean, very well known in that part of the world. And he's a top all-rounder, Mark Dial.
Oh, absolutely, Lenny.
And Suhas, you look at the matchup here. Away is Zia being a left-handed. Mark Dial, the off-spinner. This is a good matchup between Mark Dial and away is Zia.
Captain today is Angelo Pereira, someone who loves spin himself. You might see him in action rolling his arm over.
He's a spinners captain. Angelo Pereira is going to deploy himself at slip. The slip position. Yeah, Mark Dayal misses his mark. And away Zia has started off in the most brilliant fashion. He wanted something to free his arms at. And Mark Dayal just fed him exactly that delivery.
Yeah, that's a lovely shot over the infield, over extra cover. That's where you play the off spinner. You don't want to hit against the spin. He's hitting with the spin. That's a good shot. Away is Zia. He picks up 4.
Mark's gone slightly shorter. In the end, just checked his shot as well. Away Zia was a little bamboozled with the extra bit of bounce that he's getting. He's still getting used to the pitch. Away Zia, he soon would have realized it's just topographically the same surface. Otherwise, he's playing on a different one today.
So Fahad Babar comes into strike. He takes some time to get going. Many will agree that he's more of a 50-over player. But hence the reason why he's sent at the top of the order. He has had international experience, and as Suhas would have mentioned, played a lot of cricket in Sri Lanka in recent time. And he comes in here with 8 on the board.
I was thinking of that single almost before playing that ball. Deliberately played it down the ground and started to run. And nice, good call. You've got to be loud with your calls as well.
Yeah, you're right on that, Suhas. And also the irony about running and calls. No doesn't always mean no. And yes doesn't always mean yes.
Only in cricket, my friend. Only in cricket.
So Mark Dayal, he's the son of a former first-class player out of Trinidad and Tobago, Dear Narain Dayal. I will be quite happy to know that his son has really followed up in his father's footstep and has also played first class for Trinidad and Tobago. 2 overs gone. Chicago Blaster haven't been sent in. They've safely gone off to 8, in fact 10 without loss at the end of 2.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Angelo Pereira assumes captaincy. They played 2 games before this, 3 games rather. 2 of them in Seattle. David White was skippering the side at that time for East Bay Blazers. Slightly short. Frees his arms too. This time towards the leg side. He targets. Away Zia collects another boundary. Lot more thinking to do from Brar's end.
Yeah, very poor delivery from Brar. Very slow, almost a long hop. And away is Zia with limited balls in T20 cricket. He's not going to allow that one to go away. It's 14 on the board.
The captain having a word with Arshdeep right after that delivery. Perhaps we'll be telling him that it's too short for anybody's liking, and because Arshdeep's also got the height factor, the ball will bounce a little bit more, sitting up nicely if it's short ball.
So away Zia has been among the run this season, Suhas. He got a 49 against Hollywood Blasters, got 38 against the Hurricanes. And his lowest score of the series has been 10 against St. Louis American. So let's talk about the umpires. The man you see on your screen here is Metin Inamdar. And the man is square leg is Owen Brong. Owen Brong is a local umpire.
Now easy pickings. All the fielders would just watch. Ultimately, one of them's got to retrieve, and that'll be the unlucky one. He's just placing it to perfection. Every time Arshdeep has gone short, all that Aways has done is hit it with so much ease for 4.
Yeah, that's not the kind of ball you want to bowl in T20 cricket. Hammered away through the onside. Couple of big shots here from Aways Zia in this over. And he's gone quickly up to 16. So very hot and humid day here at Prairie View, Texas. 100 degrees, Sahas. It feels like 107 at the moment.
This time slightly slower as well. Now he's bringing his height factor into play. When he's making the batter reach for the ball.
Yeah, Chicago Blasters will really need a turnaround of fortune here. These are not good stats to really mention for the Chicago Blasters. They've lost all their games so far. They've lost to St. Louis American, to the Hurricanes, and also to Hollywood Master Blasters. So they'll be hoping that they can turn things around, and the next remaining 2 days is to go away from Texas with some points.
While everybody was absorbed in the appeal, there was a run-out chance at the strikers end, Sid one. They had a shy at the stumps, but eventually Zia had made it. This will give us a clear idea why there wasn't a single to be taken there.
Yeah, in the end, how many times we've seen the distraction of an appeal? And many run-outs have happened from time to time. 3 of us gone, 18 on the board.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
Welcome back. 18 after 3. Mark Dial gets a relief. And in comes Nawaz Khan. So it looks like we'll be seeing pace. We've seen 12 balls of spin. And in comes Nawaz Khan. Mark Dial would have gone for 7 off his first over. And will come into bowl to Fahad Babar. So games all across the complex. We're on pitch number 6. Pitch number 5 carries the premium streaming. And several games going on simultaneously spread across this vast complex that is known as Prairie View Cricket Complex. There's a lot of games on today and tomorrow. Suhas.
Oh yes, we're treated with cricket all around the park. We're calling one. Nawaz Khan. 2 slips in place and he bowls a delivery that he will not be proud of. Straying down the leg side, easy pickings. Might even come back for 3 if they can take one more on the throw. The throw eventually arrives by the time 3 is completed for the shot itself.
Yeah, that's a good looking shot from Fahad Babar. He's typically a stroke player. On driving and off driving will be food for him. And he gets a little bit of pace to play with from Nawaz Khan. Lovely shot. Nearly picked up a boundary. 3 is good enough. 21 on the board. So the boys, East Bay Blazers and Chicago Blasters, would have been part of the minor league series last year. We'll take a look at their record last year. And let's go with the Chicago Blasters. Out of 15 games, allotted 15 games last year, they were only able to win 4, Sohas. So they've got a lot of work to do this year as they come around to 2022. And after this ball, we'll talk about the Blazers. Oh, it doesn't matter how they come sometime. He gets a big outside edge. Third man posted, only a single to Awais Zia.
Four runs, the first 2. Well, the second ball is something that Nawaz Khan's suggesting that they might be bowling a little more. So the first ever ball that he bowled, it's very interesting. Straight down the leg side, one of the slips were taken off. The squadron included 2. Now with 1 slip in place, he's bowled a better delivery. Not this time though.
Yeah,
Fahad's batting there with a clear plan, Lenny. Wants to take as many singles as possible, play himself in, get the form back, and then start to unfurl the shots.
Yeah, he's that type of player. Could stick around long enough, tap the ball in open spaces, and perhaps all batsmen has an open shoulder shot that could probably clear or go across the ropes here. So ball cut away from Awais Zia. So he's been on the charge. He goes quickly up to 21, short and wide outside the off stump. And a good slice on that one. That's a lovely shot for 4.
It's quite surprising. Spin or pace, they're bowling short to him. And he's enjoying it at the moment. Yes, there was a slip in place, but here's a man who's understood the bounce that the pitch has to give you.
Yeah, 9 in this over so far. And let's take a look at the East Bay Blazers last year. Well, all the teams in this year also, teams will be allotted 15 games, Suhas. So they won 9 last year. And they lost 5. They missed out on an opportunity to go up to playoff. They finished at number 3.
We've seen how funny this format of T20 can be. You can never write any team off for that matter. It's not been a good start for the men in pink, Chicago Blasters, but would try to turn things around in a span of 2-3 days. I'll tell you what, again in this tournament, games come thick and fast. It's a matter of one good win, isn't it? You get the momentum, you set the ball rolling.
Yeah, this over's gone for 10. Good one here for the Blasters. Blazers, they've won the toss. Nawaz Khan. So 4 overs gone. It's 28 for no loss.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
So welcome back to Texas. Welcome back to Prairie View. And you're watching the minor league, the Toyota Minor League 2022 Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. With the news, Chicago Blasters have been sent in. They're off to a good start. They're batting at 28 without loss. And we could see our second bowling change here. As Alfred has been given the ball. Jaron Alfred. He's a new addition to the East Bay squad, Suhas. So he comes in here with 28 posted on the board so far.
Yeah, East Bay Blazers were waiting for his arrival to have his services. Now that he's here, needs to change things around. Now comes in as a skiddy customer. And he's got a lovely slower ball.
So ball driven into the onside. Diving save. We have already seen a couple of dives from the field. A good commitment. Save the boundary. Away Zia picks up a couple of runs. And Suhas just coming back to East Bay Blazers. One of the reasons they probably would have finished 3rd last year. A couple of big teams in their conference. That of Silicon Valley Strikers and the Grizzlies. So they have had to play 3rd fiddle to a couple of big teams in that conference, but they are still a top team.
Absolutely. They're a top team also because they know how to bounce back. 3 losses. Yesterday even what happened? They got into a position where they can win. But then just didn't have the right men at the right time. And by the time the erstwhile captain came into play, Mehdi, it became too difficult for him. 8 of 2 over carrying an injury. Became very difficult.
So Alfred will continue. 30 on the board already. Gets a good delivery here. Away is Zia. He's been flowing this morning. You look at the card. He's up to 24 from just 21 balls. He's certainly given the Blasters a chance to really get off to a good start. 30 on the board in the 5th over. Oh, lovely shot. Away is Zia over the offside. And that goes a couple of bounces and away for 4. That's a good looking shot from away is Zia.
Alfred misses his mark. That's too full for his liking. You give him width as well. He's thriving on it at the moment. While Fahad Babar is looking for singles, away Zia has been searching for boundaries. It's a good start.
Away Zia struck the ball nicely around the park. This one down the leg side. Good save by the man in the ring. Chance of a run out. The throw comes in. Not a good one. You needed a direct throw on that one. So anything other than a direct throw, not a good one. 35 for no loss.
All right, 7 runs of this over so far. And Alfred hasn't started it in the best of manners. The fact that he's giving width, it's a big problem indeed for Awais Zia. It's a boon. Slight change in field for the right-hander. Third man's been as straight as possible. That's because he's opening the face of the bat to pick up singles. Just like that. This time more bounce, more pace. Excellent delivery from Alfred.
Yeah, a couple of good balls in this over we see from Alfred. We've seen the quick introduction of Nawaz Khan and Jaran Alfred. And I'm kind of surprised, Suhas. Nothing was wrong with Mark Dial and to a lesser extent Arshdeep Brar. Arshdeep Brar bowled 2 overs for 11, although he bowled 2 long hops in 1 over. And Mark Dial bowled 1 over for 7, and they were quickly taken off.
I think it was just to see if the ball's holding a little bit, because that's what the surface comes. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Riding the bounce. Fahad Babar is also starting to unfurl. These are good signs for the men in pink. Chicago Blasters get off to a good solid start. 5 overs gone. 39 for no loss. Alfred trying to bounce once again. Fahad Babar had decided to go for the cut shot this time around. All this while, we saw him just open the face of the bat and run it down to third man or elsewhere for a single. Not anymore. 5 gone, 39 for no loss. Change in commentary. I'm Suhas Vedam. Alongside me is Matthew. Very warm welcome, Matthew, to the comm box.
Hello to you and to everyone watching. Chicago Blasters off to a good start, you'd say. 39 without loss after 5. 7.8 and over without the loss of a wicket. So positive stuff from a side desperate to get some points on the board. East Bay Blazers have changed their bowlers quite a bit. Using 4 bowlers in the opening 5. We've seen Arshdeep Brar 2 overs for 11. Dayal 1 over for 7. And Nawaz Khan and Jaran Alfred bowling an over for 10 and 11 respectively.
Oh, every time he's coming to bowl, the first ball's always been on the legs. And Matthew, Nawaz would have been watching how Jared went from the other end. Jaron Alfred. There is some bounce to be extracted from the surface.
Yeah, and we saw yesterday as well. Had lots of bounce. It was a bit deceptive at times. Nawaz Khan coming back for his second over.
If yesterday's pitch has to be compared to today's, this tells you that there is a big chance of it changing by the time the second innings comes around.
So Fahad Babar gets a single on this occasion. Fahad Babar was a late addition to the Chicago Blasters side last year, and he was fairly consistent, did get a few big scores for the Chicago Blasters, and you'd feel that had he been with them the entire tournament and not maybe around towards the back end of it, You'd think if he had stuck around a lot longer, the Blasters could have been a much better side than their last year's performance suggests. This one is carved away. That'll race away to the fence for 4. So another boundary to Awezia takes him up to 34.
Yeah, terrific shot. Just marginally pitched up. And Awezia is thriving on width. Every time you give him width, he's just gone through with a slice. He's sitting deep inside the crease as well, Matthew.
Yeah, Awezia, naturally aggressive player. And if you give him that much width, it's so easy for a player like him to just free his arms and pretty much play any shot he wants. And so far, he's putting on quite a display. 6 fours already.
That contributes to 24. He's done quite a bit of running too. Even in the deep, when the ball was stopped, he picked up 3, didn't he? Awezia, he can cut all day. This time, point and plays.
Awezia has got to be the big one for the Chicago Blasters. The fact that they've gotten Awezia in their team was with the Lone Star Athletics last year, so the fact that he's made the trip down to join the Chicago side, I think that is a massive, massive plus for the Blasters.
Well, absolutely, and he's coming good more often than not. 49 yesterday against Hollywood Master Blasters. Today's got off to a good start. 34 of 26 is not bad at all. That is the ball that he needs to bowl more often, to tease the shoulder of the bat. And Awezia's, he can get sucked into the fact that he loves to play the cut shot. The two ways of getting a batter out, isn't it? One is to make him uncomfortable and make him play a shot which he wouldn't otherwise. And the other is to bowl to his strengths, and that at least make him feel that it's going to be to his strengths. Make him go for a shot that is his bread and butter. And try and get his wicket. Which one works more, Matthew? I think the former does in this format. The slower delivery. He's changing it up now. Nawaz Khan. Six runs of the over. Runs coming in the first half of the over. Nothing thereafter. 6 gone. 45 for no loss. The restrictions of the power play would now be lifted.
1, 2, 3.
Six overs gone, 45 for no loss.
Good start here for the Chicago Blasters. But we saw the Chicago Blasters. They got off to a good start in the game against, was it the Lone Star Athletics? Awezia and Shahir Hassan got them off to a good start. But after those two fell, the lower order kind of collapsed and fell away. And it's really, Awezia has been consistent. Fahad Baba's got a good score as well, a 44 against the St. Louis Americans, but the lower order is still yet to fire here, you'd think, for the Chicago Blasters. So that might definitely be a spot of concern in the future.
And mind you, some stability from the middle order also has been promoted to the top order now, with Fahad Babar opening the batting. Fahad Babar is also searching for form, mind you. He's come with great reputation. We all know what he can do. As so very often this game tells you, it's about that particular day. And of late he's been searching for form. I really believe this is a good move. 12 of 9 so far for Fahad. Mark Dayal gets a change of ends. I think it's not too long before we see captain rolling his arm over. That's hit really well and really hard. Fielder in the deep was just in front of square and still couldn't get to it.
Yeah, another good shot from Awezia. Just toying with the East Bay Blazers at the moment. Look at this one. Mark Dayal, another one a little bit short and gets on the back foot. He's such a strong back foot player. We're seeing here Awezia brings up the 50 as well for the Chicago Blasters without the loss of a wicket. So a healthy start here from Zia and Fahad Baba, and the type of start the Chicago Blasters you think need.
The Chicago Blasters. It's not the first time they're getting off to a good start, but what a good start this one is for sure. Taking nothing away from Fahad Babar and away Zia. Fahad's quite content playing the second fiddle, Zia being the aggressor. But it's important that they carry on. History has it that there has been a slump, and you do understand middle order is not in the best of forms. It is up to these two who are set. One of them needs to carry. Oh, he's got him as we say it. Mark Dayal has decided to hit timber. Big moment in the game. It's away Zia who's looking bamboozled. He's got to walk after a terrific 38. And it's come just at the right time for East Bay Blazers.
What a soft way to get out. He's been batting so well. And then just look at the way he gets out. A bit of an anticlimax in that sense. Zia departs. Mark Dayal. We know how good he is with the bat. But now picks up the wicket. It's 50 for 1. Well, Sohas, you were saying that the Chicago Blasters have really pushed some of the stability in the middle order more earlier in the innings. And here we go. Mohammad Waqas, who was quite consistent down the order. He got 38 against Houston and 49 against the Hollywood Master Blasters. Here he is coming in at number 3. So again, going all guns blazing at the top, you'd think, in terms of their most informed batsman.
Absolutely, Matt. And also the fact that I won't be surprised if Mohit Patel's also going to get a promotion. They want to stabilize the middle order a little bit more here. I think it's simple in this format of the game as well. Once you have some kind of form going, it's about your best batters playing the most of the deliveries.
Especially when they've got a very solid start. 50 on the board, just the 7th over. You want to have an informed batter in to just keep that momentum, keep the runs coming, rather than have someone not informed, no guarantees that they'll get runs on the board, and that just puts added pressure.
Absolutely right, Matthew. And what that wicket has also done is brought down the headaches. Ooh, a bad bounce for the captain. And Jello Pereira, by the time he retrieves his singles already been taken. What that wicket has also done is brought down the headaches of righty-lefty combination that the bowler has to adjust to. Now 2 right-handers in the middle. Just falling short to generate the edge. Mark Dayal's bowling to a plan. You could see how much the efficacy increases once you smother the batter for width on this track. He tries to manufacture some for himself. In the process, tries to play a shot outside his comfort zone too. He's called for 2. I'm not sure if the second one's on. Has to settle for a single. Good throw.
Yeah, that one turned away from Fahad Babar. So Waqas is on strike. Again, a couple of good scores from him. Also, a handy all-rounder. Would have gotten 3 for 25, and I believe the first game. So there we go. 52 for 1 at the end of 7.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Oh, yeah. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
Seven overs gone. 52 for 1. Matthew, this game is going to get into a zone where Fahad Babar needs to take the initiative here. Waqas has been more in form, but you don't want to put pressure on Waqas as well by trying to nurdle it for singles and singles only. It is important that Chicago Blasters keep the pressure on, and one way to do so is by looking for intermittent boundaries, having the courage to go for it. Perhaps one ball every over. Try and go for it.
And we saw yesterday the Chicago Tigers, they had Mark Zuckerman batting through pretty much the entire innings, or at least batting for a while. And it shows how crucial having a player like Mark Zuckerman, having a player that's been in there and to bat long and to bat through the innings in form as well. It shows how key it is to have him on one end. And we saw the likes of Prithvish Patel and Kushal Ganji get some runs to support him as well. It's a lot easier to worry about one end when you know you've got a set man in form at the other end.
Absolutely. That's gone in the air. Lobbed, taken. Angelo Pereira introduces himself into the attack. Second delivery has sent the batter back to the pavilion. Fahad Babar's wars with a bat in hand continue. As he only manages 13, the extra bit of bounce has done the trick. Big moment in the game. He thought he can get the elevation. It's Arav, one of the tallest in the side. Collects it comfortably. Chicago Blasters slightly on the slump. Second wicket down in quick succession. 52 on the board. Inbox Shreyas Ramesh. Angelo Pereira, we were talking about the fact that he will be introducing himself sooner than later. Comes in, second ball, picks up a wicket, yet to give away a run. This was the first wicket, with Mark Dayal smothering the batter for room. He almost checked his shot at the end. Was a little confused whether to go forward or backward. And then Angelo Pereira, the second spinner, gave him room, but got him caught. A good catch by Arif. The spinners are doing the trick here, Matt. So good so far.
Yeah, they are good stuff from Mark Dayal and Angelo Pereira. Angelo Pereira would have had experience at the international level. 6 ODIs, 60 20s for the Sri Lanka national team. This one in the gap, but it'll just be a single. So Shreyas Ramesh is off and running. Gets Waqas on strike. And with the loss of Awazia and Fahad Babar, what do you think Mohammad Waqas's role in this innings is? I think it's quite simple, but I want to get your response.
It's drastically changed, in fact. With Fahad Babar being there, he was mentally in a better place, but Waqas wanted to take a bit of time to get going. Now he understands that the man at the other end is also extremely new, and both then need to stitch up partnership. He's got to tread the path of caution with aggression. I still do not want the Chicago Blasters to get into a shell over here. They need to target at least one ball every over.
Yeah, one of these batters will have to really put on a show. And again, I go back to Mark Zuckerman yesterday because it was such a great innings from him. And it was well thought out by the Chicago Tigers as well. Again, so important to have that one man to hold up an end and to play his shots and have the rest bat around him. We'll see if the Chicago Blasters can do so. It's 54 for 2 at the end of it.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Hader was gone, 54 for 2. Shreyas Ramesh, Mohammad Waqas still very new to the crease, getting used to the conditions. Spinners have been galore. This is what Angelo does. Once he picks up a wicket, and he realizes there's something for the spinners. The man is still new to the crease. All right, let's give it to more spinners.
Sanjay Krishnamurti into the attack. And you've got to say Sanjay Krishnamurti, one of the top prospects in the entire country, would have got his US debut as well. Still young, still learning, and a bright future ahead of him.
Absolutely. I saw him in Oman when he made the debut. That was at Al Amarat. And he was trying to turn the ball there too. Sanjay Krishnamurti. The more games he gets under his belt, especially in this format, it's going to help him. It's going to help him immensely as he is continuously knocking the doors at higher levels, despite having made it once. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. He's picked the right ball to go after it as well.
Well, that's what they need. They need Pops just to keep that boundary and overcoming. And Mohammad Waqas playing good touch. Picks up a maximum. Couple of steps down the track. Look at that. Going after Krishnamurti. And sends that one over the ropes for 6. Takes the Blasters up to 60.
Sanjay Krishnamurti's response would be key over here. He's gone through with that shot again.
Tough one. Tough one put down there. Never easy, coming straight back at you.
But I love the response. He still wanted to fly the ball up. Still wanted to drag the batter outside his comfort zone. In the process, almost purchased the wicket. The hands got to be in the right position as well. It's one of those that you believe that it just sticks. It's good for you if it does. They had enough time to rock on the back foot there, Matt. An easy single, and single will suffice here after getting 6 in the initial part of the over.
We've seen some good back foot batting here by the Chicago Blasters, away Zia in particular. So you back foot players, definitely a game for you guys to watch. We've seen some good shots, some good cut shots from the Blasters.
And once again, as Matt pointed out, it's a back foot player that's been on display. 9 overs gone, 61 for 2. Krishnamurti goes for 7 in his first.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Nine gone, 61 for 2. Angelo Pereira adjusting to the fact that the batter wants to venture out.
Yeah, Waqas, perhaps seeing him coming down a step or two. Angelo Pereira has started off very nicely here with ball in hand.
Lots of real estate on the leg side. Still the keeper has to go and collect it by himself. No damage done, except the single run being taken. But the reason I'm pointing this out is because the keeper has been ever ready to run in all directions despite a fielder being there in play. What that does is just signals to the entire team. It was a little late to start running there.
Yeah, you could tell Ramesh was interested in one the whole way. Waqas was a little hesitant, but in the end all is well.
Just completing the point, the reason I say that the keeper is running in all directions is that I think it's an indication to the team as well that someone's got to back up immediately. They've got to be ready to do so. That's well done. Did get a bit of bad bounce, but still had his hands in the right position, brings his body behind it. Such a terrific fielder. Gurbaksh Khera. Oh, this one bounced. That's the first question that the batter didn't have an answer to. Is that something that we'll see more often, Matt? If you do, all the spinners would be licking their lips. That is a tidy area to pitch at too.
And I'm sure Mark Dayal Arshdeep Brar and Sanjay Krishnamurti are learning every single ball they bowl, or every single ball one of their teammates bowled about this pitch.
And what a person to learn it from. Angelo Pereira, who's seen it all at the international level at the halfway mark. Chicago Blasters 64 for 2.
1, 2, 3.
Ten gone, 64 for 2. I'm Suhas Vedam, joined by Lenny. Very warm welcome, Lenny.
Thank you, Suhas. And I hope you had a wonderful dinner last night. I
thanks to you.
enjoyed our nice little trip to Subway.
I'm not quite sure if you're allowed to say that. Perhaps not on the menu. You could say the menu, but not the people who eventually went to.
So 65 for 2. This is the 11th over.
Unless you see their logo somewhere, my friend.
So a lofted shot into the offside, only a single. We've seen very good spin bowling. Krishnamurti is a top quality spinner.
Absolutely, and Matt pointed out as he left the commentary box as well, he's someone who's constantly learning. And he's got the best men to be around as well to learn the craft. And as far as the mental makeup is concerned, he can learn a lot from rubbing shoulders with David White. That's beautifully done. I think the intention is clear over here, Lenny. Go for every second ball, not let the youngster get settled. You could see that every single ball he's bowled in this over is bowled to a different batter.
Yeah, he's a top spinner, and you get the feeling, Suhas. Ball tugged into the onside. Fielder comes around, makes a very good save. And they'll settle for one. You're right on that. But this has been a very good one here for Krishnamurti. Keeping the run rate just about 6-3 at the moment. We're in the 11th.
I think it's a very good ploy, Lenny, to be keeping the scoreboard ticking at the same time playing yourself in, because it's a time when you neither can attack nor can defend. You can't go all in on the attack over here because Bakas is someone who's trying to stabilize the innings, while Ramesh is also feeling what it is to be in the middle on this particular day. Mind you, he got some lovely game time yesterday. Shreyas Ramesh. Oh, that is so well done. It's a single, but there is a battle within a battle.
Yeah, good end to the over from Krishnamurti. He's bowled 2 for 12. 11 gone, 69 for 2.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
So welcome back. 11 overs gone, 69 for 2. Pereira will continue. Pereira's bowling a 1 for 5, Suhas. Very tidy stuff so far.
Oh yes, and he just loves to bowl in the turf wickets too. I had a chat with him in Seattle. He was suggesting that this is a surface that I love to bowl, not if this is the delivery. Work to do. Second run taken, but he was braving the throw on that occasion. It was a very good throw. Sanjay Krishnamurti dispatching it very quickly.
So a couple of runs here for Mohamed Waqas. He's been among the runs at 38 against the Hurricane. Oh, look at this. This one has gone a long way. And this one has gone all the way out of the playing area, almost onto the other playing field. And that's a big strike from Mohamed Waqas. That's gone for 6.
No, good hit. Mohammad Waqas has just chosen the right ball again to go for the big shot, but I think he was also looking at where the wind direction is, or what the wind direction is rather, and he's just hit it with the wind. Otherwise, it's a little risky given what the scorecard has to tell you.
So not a good start here for this over here from Angelo Pereira. He's gone for 8 already in just 3 balls. We've seen a big strike here from Mohammad Waqas. Mohammad Waqas' highest score this season has been, in this weekend of play, has been 49.
Slowed it down so much. Angelo Pereira, that's experience for you. Wanted to see Waqas dance down the track, try and miscue one. He's got the tallest of men at long on and long off.
So as we've seen in T20 cricket how high trafficking those long off and long on area has become.
That is so well put, Lenny.
And these days, some of your best catchers or your fastest moving fielder are patrolling the long on and long off region. So today is being run by Nawaz Khan, one of them. And we can't make out the man at long on, but we've seen a very good run around from Krishnamurti not too long ago. This one is worked into the onside. This will complete 12, and after 12, Chicago Blasters, they're batting at 80 for 2.
1, 2, 3.
So welcome back. 12 overs gone, Sohas. They're going at 6.6 and a bowling change here. Krishnamurti gets a relief. A new bowler, Margial. He gets his 3rd spell. We've seen so much of short spells in T20 cricket, spells of 1 over. Margiela has been tried 3 times now. We saw him bowling from the com box end of the ground. In fact, I think he bowled 2 over here, and now he's bowling 1 from the bottom end. Ball punched into the offside, and for an easy single, 81 for 2. Well, he may have started the previous one from the far end of the ground, so he's bowled on every sides.
But I like the length. He's changed it completely to this man. Mohammad Waqas and Shreyas Ramesh are seeing a different kind of a bowler in Mark Dayal. He's keeping it straight. He's not trying to turn it at all. The release point is also so high for Mark Dayal.
So we're beginning to see a nice little partnership developing here. It's 30 at the moment. Mohammad Waqas, he's been among the runs at 38, a 49 and an 8.
Much to the joy. Oh, that's a good shot. Work to do. We'll have to settle with a single because the throw is so quick. That is a good throwing arm. I think it's David White there.
So the race for the top batter of the tournament. We've seen Unmuk Chan leading the charge with 176 at the top of the heap.
Very well fielded. Nawaz this time, no matter where you post him, he gives his 100%. And there's always something about a tall fast bowler putting his body on the line to save a single.
Gone are those days. It's a little bit different now in T20 cricket. Sohas, these days you can't hide on a T20 cricket field.
Yeah. You don't know
And
how the ball will come to you as well.
So 13 overs gone. It's 85 for 2.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
So in comes Matthew into the box. Matthew is 85 for 2. 13 overs gone. They're going a 6.5 runs and over. As Alfred has been reintroduced into the attack. And he comes in here to bowl to Mohamed Waqas.
So they've taken a break from a long spell of spin, the East Bay Blazers. And right away, taken on the pad, Alfred is appealing, but perhaps just drifting down. Leg by. In fact, well, it's gone for 4. Well, it looks like it's come off. Has it come off the bat?
Yeah, good fast ball here from Alfred. They have struck the pad of Mohamed Waqas. And that goes away for 4 extras. In fact, Matt, you look at the you look at the scorecard, that's the first extra.
The only 4 extras as well. Yeah.
And it comes in the 14th over. So East Bay has been quite disciplined with regards to that. We haven't seen a wide, which is so popular in T20 cricket. Hard to control.
Taken on the pad again. This time no appeals. Waqas has played a nice little innings here of 27. He's at 2 sixes.
Yeah, Waqas has been among the runs, Matto. He got a 49 and a 38. And 27 in a T20 game here. That's among the runs again.
Yeah, but it's come off 29 deliveries. 6.6 and over. The Blasters will be asking him to stay on and get that strike rate up. And he'll need the support from Shreyas Ramesh at the other end and whoever else is to come for the Chicago Blasters.
So a couple of matches here in the Pacific Conference. Later on, another game coming up, 89 for 2, still 39 balls to be bowled. We're in over number 14. Jaron Alfred has been lately added to the squad. Did he play any of the games?
Yeah, would have played the last game yesterday for the East Bay Blazers. Single to Waqas. A good over this from Jaron Alfred. 5 off hitting and 4 out of the 5 were 4-leg buys. So that one be credited to his figures.
Yeah, not a bad over from Alfred. He's bowled with some bit of pace. 90 for 2. We're in the 14th over. Still 38 balls to be bowled. Oh, cut away. That's a good looking shot from Ramesh. Shreyas Ramesh. Up and over. And that's gone away for 4.
That's a lovely shot from Shreyas Ramesh. Alfred going short and offering some width. Shreyas Ramesh with the uppercut. Well executed and well rewarded as well. Look at that. Brilliant shot up and over from Ramesh. Much needed boundary for him. Goes up to 11.
Yeah, they're on the verge of crossing 3-figure mark. A partnership that has gone very healthily, Matt, to 42. And the fact is, that is not the highest partnership we saw on even 50 by a couple of the early batters. Good comeback ball here from Alfred. So that completes over number 14, and after 14 it's 94 for 2.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go Rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
Krishnamurti.
So Sanjay will continue 2 overs for 12.
So we've got 36 balls still to be bowled, 6 overs remaining. They're batting a 94 for 2. They're just under 7 runs and over, Matt. And Krishnamurti, as you mentioned, he's gone for 6 and over. And we'll come into bowl to Mohamed Waqas. Waqas has played a very good hand so far.
Slapped away from Waqas for just the 1. Ramesh on strike. Ramesh on 11. It's part of the Chicago catches last year. Catches obviously not in the tournament this year. Pulled away, fielder just short of him. And a single to Ramesh. Waqas is on strike. He's getting some runs in this tournament here, Mohammad Waqas. But with 34 deliveries remaining and with 8 wickets in hand, maybe they'd want him to continue scoring, definitely, but maybe start scoring a little bit quicker.
So has he found the gap? Yes, he has. And that will bring up the 100. So the 100 comes up in the 15th over. Ball punch through the offside of the batter, Mohammad Waqas. And he brings up the 100 in fine style. Take a look.
Fine shot from Waqas again. Some dancing shoes on. He's stepped down the track quite a bit to the spinners. And on this occasion, just finding the gap beautifully to the fence for 4. And they'll need a lot more boundaries here, you think, the Chicago Blasters. Had a very good start in terms of run rate. Have just fallen back a little bit now since the loss of Fahad Baba and Awezia. But nearing the back end of the innings, here's where teams really look to take charge. Waqas again down the track, but can only cut it for 1.
Yeah, they've got 32 balls to make an impression. They badly need a win. It appears that all the games we have done here, Matt, all the teams badly need a win. We saw yesterday SoCal Lashins badly needed a win after a couple of early losses, and we find ourselves this one even worse. The fact is, Blasters, up and over. That's a good-looking shot. But we'll only get him a single as we come down to the last 31 balls. It's 102 for 2. And we come into this game, and the Blasters, they have done 3 in the series. And they will badly need some bit of encouragement. This is going to be a long series. Games will happen almost every week into the month of August. This one is driven nicely. Has he found the gap? Yes, he has. So a big shot there from Mohammad Waqas. He continues to bat well. It's 106 for 2. We'll take a look at that, Matt.
Couple of boundaries now to Waqas. Goes up to 38. Partnership 54. Good one between these two. And another good shot there by Waqas. 106 for 2 at the end of 15.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
So it's 106 for 2. They have crossed the 7 current run rate mark, 7.7 to be exact. 30 balls remaining. And as we reintroduce Suhas Vidam back into the box. Suhas, 30 balls remaining. It's 106 for 2. This is coming down towards the home stretch here for the Blasters.
Thank you very much, Lenny. It looks good for a big finish here, Chicago Blasters. They've been in this position before as well. But this one looks a little different. Reason being, the two men are well settled.
So Mark Dial will finish up here. 3 overs, no men, 1 for 19. Picked up the wicket of Awezia. Got one that probably deflected from the bat onto the stumps. And it was quite a delight, Suhas, to see that the bail came off quickly.
That's what Mark Dial has been planning and working on as well. The two kinds of deliveries that Mark Dial bowls that you absolutely love. We've seen that in the CPL as well at times, but especially when he bats too. He thinks like a batter more often when he bowls.
So the ball worked into the onside. Hassan Waqas played a very good innings considering. Look at his scores in the series: 10, 38, and 49. He's up to 38 here. He's having a good series.
He wants to make this 38 a match-winning 38. Unlike the last 3 outings, his 49 yesterday was an indication that he is in form. Today is continued from where he left off yesterday. And he's done a tremendous job under pressure, because when he came in, the set batter was walking back. Fahad.
And the fact is, look at the partnership here. 56 between Ramesh. Ramesh has supported well. And they're set for a launch, I can tell you that. Mark Dial with a couple of tidy balls in this. Oh, he comes down the track. Might have deflected onto the pad, and umpire Maitin Imandar says not out. It's 108 for 2.
Mark Dayal keeping it straight, simple, floating it up. A bit of bat might have saved him from that LBW shout. And did he get back in time? At this angle, cannot tell us if he did. Whips the bails off the keeper. Umpire says not out. And that is the last decision.
So a couple of runs in this over. Oh, tugged into the onside. He's giving the man a chance. Gone. So Ramesh falls. It's 108 for 3. Ball played into the onside. And that's a well-judged catch. We'll take a look at that.
A good field placement as well. Mark Dayal has been slowing it down of late. Wasn't the best of his deliveries, to be honest. It's just that he's found the fielder, the batter. Could he have hit it squarer? Because it was pitch short. Nonetheless, a very important wicket for Mark Dayal and East Bay Blazers, as that would mean a new man will walk in again and he will take a bit of time to get going. Chicago Blasters lose their third, 108 on the board.
So Shahir Hassan comes to the middle, Sahas. But thankfully, I think Mohammed Waqas will be on strike. Take a look at the wall judge catch. It appears to be Nawaz Khan. Not Nawaz Khan.
Angelo Pereira, the skipper, posting himself at the wicket. We've got two hatted geniuses there, Nawaz Khan and Angelo Pereira, now patrolling the boundary ropes. Long on and long off. Long off being Nawaz. Very different builds though. Very differently built. Nawaz Khan and Angelo Pereira. Mark Dayal is just finding solace in the fact that he can bowl the straighter ones and the quicker ones in between. That is a good pickup shot. And he's chosen a good area to once again. Hassan it is this time around. It's very, very difficult to try and hit a 6 first up. Second ball smashes it straight. 114 for 3. 24 balls left to maximize the score. 7 wickets in hand for Chicago Blasters.
So big strike. Big strike from the right-hander. That's gone for 6.
Oh, I thought it was Hassan who did it. No, it was Waqas. No, Hassan was on strike. Oh, okay, Waqas.
They didn't change them. But that's all right. No,
We will see this one.
Yeah, now Hassan is facing. But I corrected it.
What a good shot from Waqas. It was the last ball. The ball stood up and he chose the straighter area once again. Waqas hasn't tried to do something very different. He's just playing to his strengths and accumulating a lot of important runs. He's someone who's not scared of scoring the ugly runs as well initially. 114 for 3, 24 balls left.
Yes, Suhas. So Shahir Hassan will get a chance to face for the first time. Mohammed Waqas continues to bat well. He will have to see them out. 24 balls still to be bowled. They're going at just over 7 runs and over.
It was a good over from Dayal. You could say that it's traded off 8 runs for a wicket.
So Alfred comes back into the attack. He himself has bowled from different sides of the ends. And he comes in here bowling his third over. 2 overs, no made, none for 16 so far.
Well, he's bowled a very quick one indeed. And in the right area too. Hassan has to bear the brunt of it. Hassan's stance suggests that he wants to go leg side more. Just like this, there is Arav in the deep. And Arav's one of the tallest lads in East Bay Blazers.
Yeah, is he the lad that had a bit of bandage on his chin? And yeah, you were making the point that how did that cut happen? You tell us that story.
I think that's supposed to be off air.
So it's 115 for 3.
But it's going to be difficult for him in case he comes out to bat with wearing that helmet, because the helmet strap usually ends up on your chin.
So 45 to Wakas. And we were making the point not too long ago. We have seen a discipline display from the Blazers in terms of extras. That's their 5th extra. Now one of those would have gone for 4 leg byes. So they've been quite disciplined on that. It's 116 for 3. We're in the 17th over. Oh, this one is smashed in the area. Hasn't gone anywhere. And the scorecard will read caught and bowl off the bowling of Alfred. So Mohammed Wakas goes for 45. It's 116 for 4.
A good shot delivery. But I still believe it was there to be hit. I did try his best though. Gets it from the toe end and straight into the hands of the bowler himself. Jaron Alfred completes a good catch and is amongst the wickets now. It is the pressure of the first 3 deliveries. The first 2 deliveries rather. Just a single and a wide. That means 2 runs or 2 deliveries. He's trying to up the ante. Wakas goes big and gets out. A very important moment in the game as 2 new men have joined each other at the crease. And Chicago Blasters are looking to blast their way to 140 plus. It is not going to be easy.
So batsman would have crossed during the course of that dismissal. And I made a point, Sohas, come October the 1st.
You're cancelling the dates right now, aren't you? You're crossing out the dates. Come October, the bowler gets to bowl at the new batter, irrespective of crossing.
And the fact is, so that's one is driven straight down the ground, straight as an arrow. Powerful shot from Shahir Hassan. He has picked up a boundary. Take a look at that. It's 120 for 4.
A terrific hit. He bludgeoned it. A feet. They went nowhere. Just wanted to drive through it. He's offered a lot of power. We see this style being adopted by someone very, very famous from Afghanistan, Rashid Khan, who doesn't go towards the ball. He decides that it's okay if the ball can come towards me. If it wants, I'll back away and hit it straight. And of late we saw Virat Kohli make fun of it as well, because all through my life I've gone towards the ball to hit the ball for 4. And there comes one man from Afghanistan who's chosen to tell the world otherwise. And he's so successful in doing so. What a cricketer. Rashid Khan. You might want to see him very soon in this part of the world again. Lenny?
So it's 120 for 4, sure. As the ball goes into an area in which we have seen has held up play.
And as always, we don't know if it is the same ball that was lost. Might as well have a tonk from K. Clark on it.
So umpire Martin Imandar just making sure that the ball is fit for play. And we're back with cricket. Alfred has gone for 6 runs in this over. Big strike here from Shahir Hassan. And we've got 20 balls remaining.
The captain decides to dance down the track. Doesn't get it from the middle. He's one of the better fielders as well in the side. Sanjay Krishnamurthy quickly gets onto the ball.
Yeah, we have seen the improvement of fielders across the globe and across format, across leagues. T20 cricket has really kept everyone busy. There's no hiding place, even those positions that used to be fine leg and third man. You've got a lot of work to do there.
So true, Lenny. Love the way you say hiding places. There isn't any on the cricket ground. We'll have to wait for the umpire's decision on the height. He's gone for the second. The throw was a little wide.
No ball.
No ball signal. The ball will not be counted. Alfred misses his mark completely. That's a ball that I had to negotiate it nicely though. Zia-ul Haq almost played a tennis shot and then realized, okay, let me open the face of the bat.
So we've seen our first free hit of the day. We saw a couple yesterday that didn't really go for much. In fact, nothing at all. So Alfred will come into bowl to Zia-ul Haq. He will be the recipient of a high no ball. Here we go.
Big bounce. That is something that you sign up for with Alfred. When the ball comes from that height, it is odd to bounce a little more. Zia-ul Haq is not the shortest anyway. If he is getting that much bounce, you could just tell. And that little battle, it's the bowler who's the winner. Alfred into the over. 17 overs gone.
1, 2, 3.
17 overs gone, 124 for 4. It's an important over in the context of the game. Captains decided to assume responsibility with the ball in hand. Angelo Pereira in his 3 overs tied the figure 16 for 1. He's not scared of slowing it down as well, Lenny, and that's such a beautiful thing to watch even in this format of the game.
Yeah, he's a quality spinner. We've seen very good spin bowling from Krishnamurti, from Argyal. And Arshdeep Brar wasn't bad himself. So we've got 17 balls still to be bowled. They're batting at 125. We have seen probably a projection in what we would call the par score on this pitch in the last couple of days.
Bit more bounce for the spinner as well. This is going to be an exciting second innings is what I'm going to promise you. Because the surface is not going to change much within a span of 5 overs. 3 overs and suddenly you realize that Angelo Pereira might have the bat in hand. It'll be interesting to see who opens the batting again. Would it be David White?
So a couple of runs in the onside. They've got 15 balls to make that impression. They're yet to get points in this Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. And this is the 2022 edition. We've seen a tidy over so far from Angelo Pereira. Only 3 runs and 3 balls.
It is gold dust, Lenny. Just 3 runs at this stage of the game when Chicago Blasters have 6 wickets in hand and are trying to go for the big shots. It is terrific indeed from Captain Angelo Pereira. Assume captaincy from David White.
And speaking of par score on this ground, Suhas, we saw yesterday the highest score on this pitch. And yesterday's play is 166, posted by Sokyal Lashins. So that is probably a benchmark of what score could hold up or what could be on the tall side of things. But that could be broken today.
Very true, Lenny. But we saw just a couple of days ago as well that 150 was good enough on this track. Hollywood Master Blasters were able to defend it. And as I say, when we say it's on this track, we've got to be a little cautious there because the track has also completely changed. You could see there's something for the bowlers.
So given out, so Zia-ul Haq falls. It's 129 for 5. Owen Brong raised the dreaded finger. And Zia-ul Haq is gone for 5. 129 for 5.
Another moment that steals momentum from the men in pink. They wanted to be a righty, lefty, both. Missed it completely, and in the end it was just a straight delivery which was slightly slower. Angelo Pereira has got the right formula for this wicket. 18 overs gone, 129 for 5. Chicago Blasters looking for a crescendo finish. Who will provide it for them? Will Mohit Patel walk in now?
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Oh, yeah. Everyone Everyone says he's so good looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
Has 12 balls remaining, couple of overs. It looks like Jaron Alfred will be bowling one. And then, of course, we've still... Could we see Krishnamurti for the final over? Nawaz Khan. Nawaz Khan, we've seen their reluctance to bowl spinner. Although they have been across the T20 format, across the world, they have been probably the better performers in T20 cricket, but you hardly give them the last over.
Or would you believe Jaron Alfred can come back?
Well, he's bowling now, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah,
this one is skied
this one.
into the onside. Krishnamurti settles under it. Oh, not really settled. And in the end, a couple of runs off the bat of Shahir Hassan.
Could have been a big moment in the game. He's been terrific with his fielding effort all throughout. This was an opportunity gone down for sure. Had to take it. It wasn't easy. In hindsight, we've also seen big Arav approaching towards it, but he called for it. Sanjay Krishnamurti. Immediately, the fielders have been swapped, but the field hasn't changed.
So Mark Dial goes out to the deep. Krishnamurti comes around a backward square leg position.
White ball signaled. Jaron Alfred. Now he will finish off in this over. You rightly pointed out that the last over can be pace again from Nawaf. Now chased it. Still couldn't get any bat on it.
So 132, 11 balls remaining. Run a ball will give them 143. You would want to think Shahir Hassan, while he is there, could give them a tad more. Couple of wides.
Doesn't need to chase this one though. Good leave. Pressure on Alfred. Alfred's trying for that wide-ish ball so that the batter throws himself at it. Off balance is difficult to hit, and there is a man lurking at the sweeper position to try and take the catch. It's not an easy shot to hit away, especially with Alfred's extra bit of bounce. And he's not providing pace, Lenny. Alfred is deliberately bowling slow.
Yeah, you can see the intent. The intent is for him to probably go wide outside off. We've seen Shahir Hassan favoring the onside. And when those big slugs come out, Suhas, they're always aimed into the direction of cow corner.
Straight long off will ensure it's a single. And Arav.
So 5 runs in this over so far. We've seen a couple of wides of the bowling of Alfred. They've got 10 balls remaining. Campley comes in to strike for the first time. Just 10 balls remaining. Not much time to settle. You'll have to get going pretty quickly here.
Stance suggests he wants to favor the leg side, and this is why nobody moved and the ball traveled the distance. It'll take a while to retrieve this one as well. Our camera person Richie tried his best to follow the sphere, but it was too quick on that occasion as well.
So Campley has come up with a big hit. Seems to be a Yorker gone wrong. Ends up to be a full toss. And Pankaj Campley helps himself for a 6. A bit of a gift.
What a way to start his innings with a 6. Pankaj Campley. The team management believed he can give a good crescendo finish. He's put his team at 140 now, which is psychological total achieved. But is that enough for today? 150 has been a match-winning total. We've seen that before on this track, on this ground. Of course, the track has changed a little bit, but the dimensions of the ground hasn't. The dimensions haven't at all. Oh, Pankaj Campley is taking the man on. A tall Arav cannot get to it. 2 sixes back-to-back. Pankaj Campley. What a start for him. 146 now, Chicago Blasters. They're inching towards 160 maybe, if he sticks around.
So a short one this time from Alfred. And pump down the ground. Giving the man at mid-on a faint chance, but in the end, it goes for a couple of 6s and consecutive balls. It's 146 for 5.
Terrific hitting. $146 for 5 as we wait for the ball. Pankaj Kamble walked in with the swag, waited for the balls for a couple of times. It was bowled wide. Anything in his arc, he is dispatching them a long, long way. Oh, Alfred's providing that extra bit of bounce as well, and he's used it to his advantage.
And the fact is, Suhas, this is the most expensive over of the innings. He's gone for 17 with 2 balls still to be bowled. And the way Pankaj Kamble is batting, he's going to swing for the ropes. He's not going to hold back here. 17 off this over with 2 balls remaining. On the pressure here is Alfred. It's 146, 4 shy from the psychological mark of 150 as you mentioned.
Lenny, if it is going to be the length area, then he is going to write an itinerary for the ball called the Trek itinerary for 6 days. He is going to dispatch it into the forest on either side. Nothing in the length area is what Alfred will be telling himself. Can we expect a hat-trick of 6s, or will Alfred come back with a slower delivery? Oh, he is hit it straight into the hands. Alfred has the last laugh. Doesn't clear covers. Pankaj Kamble still done his job. 12 of 3.
Yeah, you've got to love the intent. Looking for 3 in a row. And just holds out to the man a short cover. Well judged catch. And so that's the end of Kamble. A quick breezy cameo comes to an end. It's 146 for 6. So Mohit Patel comes to the middle. 7 balls remaining, 17 in this over. But have taken out Pankaj Kamble for a well played and quickly made 12 of just 3 balls.
I'll be another wide. It's a never-ending over as far as Alfred's concerned. He's run in so many times. But it's the pressure again. He's been trying for a delivery which we understand it's the wideish Yorker, but it hasn't come good today.
2 for 44 so far. Alfred would have picked up the wicket of not too long ago of that of Kamble. And also that of Mohammad Waqas.
Final delivery of the over. Tried his best to stop at his level. The fielder at cover. He's got to come back for 2. Good running between the wickets. Mohit Patel's got fresh legs. Hassan's just 8 balls old out there. Both of them do a terrific job. Score moves on to 149. Chicago Blasters look good for a big finish. 6 more balls to go. How much can they maximize, Lenny?
So we saw yesterday the highest team score in a couple of games in day number 2 of this event. 165, 166. So we're 149 here. We're about 17 runs away from that. We've got 6 balls remaining. Shahir Hassan will be on strike. Mohit Patel has picked up runs with the only ball that he has faced. And so we come down here, and our predictions were right. Nawaz Khan has been given the ball.
All right, Lenny, tell me, where are you hiding that crystal ball?
So Nawaz Khan will come into bowl to Shahir Hassan. We've seen a couple of big taps from Shahir Hassan. And the Chicago Blasters team will be hoping that he can fire here. 6 balls remaining. Good news, he's on strike for the first ball at least.
Just as expected, there was something on it. There was some sound as it went past the bat. The batter is asking, what are they appealing for? That was a good collect nonetheless by the keeper side. Ooh, was there deflection? There was something that brushed past, I felt. Yes, something, yes, and the batter looked back as well. These are indications, of course, but what matters is that finger going up or no. The finger stayed down, and that means the batter is well within his rights to continue the innings. A good ball from Nawaz.
So we've got 5 balls remaining. They're on the verge of getting to 150. I'm pretty sure that they will.
Nawaz doesn't want to talk to you, Lenny. Oh, what a priceless dot ball.
Yeah, a couple of good balls in this over from Nawaz Khan. It's 149, stuck here for some time. Couple of big balls, and Shahir Hassan trying to go big. Big appeal off the first ball. Not out, says umpire Owen Brown. And followed up by a even better delivery that was too good to pass the outside edge. So Nawaz Khan runs into ball to Shahir, and again Shahir swings and misses, and it goes through to the keeper. Good bowling here from Nawaz Khan.
Three dot balls to start the final over. Momentum with the East Bay Blazers. What a good start for Nawaz Khan. Hassan moves on to a runner ball 11 now after 3 dot balls. Doesn't move on, rather stagnates. Does get bat to ball this time around. Mohit Patel will be on strike. Young 18-year-old. 150 is up on the cards. It's a mental, psychological boost, of course, to get 150. Is that enough on this track? Is another question. They've got 2 more balls to maximize Chicago Blasters here. Where does Mohit Patel go? What are your thoughts, Lenny? His options inside out?
So Nawaz Khan, he's been very tidy. Probably go back of a length. Into the onside. Could pick up runs here. Running quickly. In fact, they'll settle for 1.
Now can they pick up the second one? There is a misfield. And the second run is complete. It's Mohit Patel to face the final ball in case this one is a legal delivery.
1 short.
Short run suggested, so the second will not be counted.
So short runs signaled by umpire Owen Brown. It's 151 for 6. Still 1 ball remaining. And the day will come when a run has been declared short, batsman will have to cross. Watch and see. 151 for 6. In this case, Mohit Patel is the man on strike.
Generates the outside edge. Ara will take it on the bounce. A single's complete because singles all there is to be taken. They'll settle with that because no drama required at the end. 152 from Chicago Blasters. But the momentum with the East Bay Blazers with a terrific last over. And 152 looks par for this kind of a surface. But we'll see. We'll wait and watch. Chicago Blasters got to 152 due to Fahad Babar's 13 away. Zia's fantastic 38 up top. Mohammad Waqas, the standout performer. 45 of 39. The engine room providing the runs. Middle order, a slight slump over there. Everybody getting starts, but no one continuing. Pankaj Kample towards the end. 12 of 3 boosted Chicago Blasters to 140 plus. And in the end, 152 is what they managed.
Yeah, 3 bowlers with a couple of wickets. We saw Angelo Pereira. We saw a good spin from Mark Dial, Angelo Pereira and Sanjay Krishnamurti. But in the end, they've got themselves to 152. So we'll take a short break and be back when cricket does so here at Prairie View pitch number 6. And you're watching the Toyota 2022 Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. Don't go away. There's a lot of exciting cricket still left in this match. 153 to win off 120 balls.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.
How does it take the speed of the sun? It's directly on the sun. Yeah.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.
So welcome back for the reply. And East Bay Blazers, Matt, they'll need 153 from 120 balls. Saideep Ganesh has come to the middle along with David White. Welcome back to the come box as we take care of the first 5.
So Ziaul Haq will start things off. To Saideep Ganesh. Straight away, cut away, but there's a fielder there. So off and running straight away is Saideep Ganesh and the East Bay Blazers.
Yeah, good start here from the Blazers. Sai Ganesh is a very attacking player. Certainly forms the top order of their batting lineup, the East Bay Blazers. They've won one, they've lost a couple of games, Matt. They'll be hoping that they can get back into their campaign for this Toyota Minor League Series presented by Sunoco. Big weekend here in Prairie View, Texas.
Yeah, big weekend indeed. 17 teams making the trip to Prairie View. All divisions, all conferences, which makes for great competition. We've seen some great games here already.
David White comes into strike. Will face up to Ul Haq. Ball pulled towards the back of the square area. And they pick up an easy single, so both batsmen are on one mat. Not a bad start here. Ziaul Haq bowling a short ball, heading down the leg side, and Saideep Ganesh and David White has scored one apiece so far. What has been East Bay Blazers' debut import this year, man?
Well, I'll make the point right now and say that 2 of their biggest imports are not even playing. I'm not entirely sure the reason why. Two of their biggest imports haven't played as yet. Not entirely sure the reason, but Abhishek Parakar and Kamilaroo, 2 of the East Bay Blazers' new additions, not part of the team. This one will go away for 4. Don't worry about that one. Saideep Ganesh gets the first boundary of the East Bay Blazers innings. A fine looking shot from him.
And full ball here from Ul Haq. And hammered through the offside from Saideep Ganesh. That's gone quickly away for 4. Very fast outfield here. Well manicured grounds. That ball has sped away for 4. So big appeal. Ball might have been sliding down the leg side, and a wide is called from umpire Owen Brown. So 8 for no loss. In fact, 7 for no loss. So a lot has happened in this over, Matt. We've seen boundary, we've seen wide, we've seen a couple of singles, we've seen a big appeal. And Ulhak will come in again to bowl to Saideep Ganesh.
Edges this one. Goes nowhere. But yeah, a couple of new additions and some big ones to the East Bay side. Parag Khan, Kamil Aru, 2 big ones, but they haven't played as yet. Again, not sure the reason why. But you've also got the likes of Angelo Pereira and Mark Dayal, 2 of the high-profile additions to the East Bay side.
So they're off to a good start here, the East Bay Blazers. Pulled into the onside, and that's gone a long way. In fact, it has gone all the way. Umpire Owen Brown goes upstairs, and that's a big strike here from Saideep Ganesh.
Short one from Zia Ulhak. Saideep Ganesh is having none of that. Lovely shot. Connected cleanly. And in the end, it goes all the way. So a good first over for the East Bay Blazers. 13 without loss after 1.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
First over done and dusted with East Bay Blazers. 13 for no loss. Saideep Ganesh, you can't keep him quiet. He's got all the shots in the book and some of them in the supplementary sheets as well. He can hit behind the wicket. He's a 360 player. In this format of the game, he just loves to be one. Hailing from Karnataka, he's played a lot of cricket there. He's played a bit of cricket in Delhi as well. All these are turning tracks. And he comes over here and loves to ride the bounce too. So he's played a lot of cricket here too. He's a complete cricketer and today he's got off to a start. Would expect Sai Ganesh to get a big one this time around. For the East Bay Blazers, in a couple of other games, did get a couple of starts but couldn't continue. They relied more on David White, East Bay Blazers, and of course there was Bunn at that time.
Datta Prakash into the attack. Consistent performer for the Chicago Blasters last year. Starts with a wide to David White.
Datta Prakash relies a lot on the wrist of his. He's got magical wrists indeed. He's got a one that shoots straight as well, and that's the quicker one too. Matt, he wants the batter to play the wrong line most of the time. Not if that's the delivery. He's got to wait for the umpire's signal. He knew it immediately.
A lot of extras already on the board here for the Blasters. A wide from Zia Ulhak and now a couple from Datta Prakash to start this over. Well, not to legally start this over off.
Oh, good delivery. He's got some protection. The long gone fence would only be a single. The thing about Datta Prakash is the fact that he's played a lot of junior cricket in Hyderabad. And the cricketing culture in Hyderabad, especially when it comes to spinners, it's just a treat to watch. And he'll bring some of that and permeate it here in the United States as well. Lovely flight. That was in the air for a long time. But that's in the gap too. Beautiful.
Yeah, slashed away by Saideep Ganesh. And the quick outfield here, it'll run away for 4. And he's off to a flyer here as Ganesh. One hand off the bat. Yep. Couple of 4s and a 6 to his name now. Gets the Blazers up to 20 without loss in just the second over. Not even halfway through the second over as yet.
Matt, he's got very low hands if you see. Saideep Ganesh. Oh, another good shot. This time protection in the deep. It's a deep point lurking just to make that a single. Saideep Ganesh, compared to all the other batters, he's got very low hands. And how much of it is helpful? How much of it is not helpful? What are the conditions in which you really want the low hands to be in? Oh, that's David. A very vacant area. That'll be for the taking.
Yeah, good looking shot there. Good drive from David White. And now he's getting in on the act. We saw Saidip Ganesh. And now we're seeing a piece of David White. And this is a flying start here from the East Bay Blazers. 25 without loss. And it's been a tough over here, a tough start for Datta Prakash.
Yes, I would love to know what do you think about the low hands and how did it comes into play in this format of the game?
Well, so far it seems to be... Wow, another big looking shot there from David White. One bounce for 4. So pulling that one into the leg side. And now a couple of boundaries here from David White. And the runs keep coming. The boundaries keep coming here for the Blazers.
Swivel to perfection. David White loves to utilize the full depth of the crease while playing the shots. He's chosen one on the offside and one on the leg side. Two overs gone. 29 for no loss.
1, 2, 3.
So 29 without loss. A very quick start here for the East Bay Blazers. Saidip Ganesh coming back to his style of batting. Those low hands of his seems to be working so far. 16 of just 7 deliveries. I think the East Bay Blazers will take anything that's working.
Very true, Matt. There's a hint to swing, but the direction is something that the bowler has to give. Sai is always ready for the second run. It's not easy to turn at that speed, isn't it? He's got good ankles then. Fit cricketer.
Yeah, Saidip Ganesh showing off his speed. And in the power play, the running has to be good because with only 2 fielders out, not very easy to get singles. So the running will have to be good to get those quick singles, especially with the field in. David White looking to cut, just beating him.
Zia's got that extra pace, Matt, and that's coming into play already. He's got to ensure that David White doesn't get room to cut away. If you give him even an ounce of room, he will go for it. An inch of room and he'll go for it. It's also because David White loves to manufacture some for himself by backing away. He's got lovely head on the shoulders. Balance is perfect.
Zia ul Haq is a quality player. Former Pakistan under 19. So he's certainly a big addition to the Chicago Blasters lineup this year. But again, the wides being a bit of a problem here for Zia and for Datta Prakash earlier. Taken on the pad. This one is running away. Turning for 1. And it goes for 4. So might be leg buys, and it is 4 leg buys off the pad of David White. And extras go up to 8. And that takes the score up to 35. So even if there's no bat on ball, it still finds a way to get to the fence somehow.
So much swing. And all that swing's being wasted because it's not been directed properly.
We saw
David White just helping it on its way.
We saw 9 extras. Sorry about that. We saw 9 extras in the entire Blasters in the entire Blasters innings conceded by the Blazers. We've seen 8 extras conceded in just the opening 3 overs alone by the Chicago Blasters. So clearly lacking a bit of discipline at the start.
How much will it come back to haunt them, because the thing can get down to the wire, and so very often we've seen it's a matter of 2 runs, 3 runs on this kind of a track as well. Last game, they bore the brunt while chasing.
And given the Blazers, all they need is 117 from 104 deliveries, asking 6.7. Can't afford too many extras edged away, but there's a fielder there.
I think he's deliberately opening the face of the bat as well. Saideep Ganesh is testing Zia ul Haq's bounce here, whereas David White is getting everything as a gift on the legs.
You could see the aggression by both of these two. Saideep Ganesh is on 18, White on 11. They've taken things to Zia and to Prakash.
Zia Mohammed, when he gets it right, it looks so good. A good delivery to end the over, but the over went on for a while. 3 overs gone, 37 for no loss. It's a powerful start by the East Bay Blazers.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Oh, yeah. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
First over, and that was because of his own doing. One was a poor delivery, there was a wide in there as well. He's got to test the batters a little more.
Sai Dagupati into the attack. Bowling change straight away after Datta Prakash's expensive 16-run over. So from one side to another, bowling to Saideep Ganesh straight away. Ooh.
Ganesh will do this all. They didn't get it from the middle of the bat this time, but it's something that you sign up for when you're watching Saideep Ganesh. He's got a knack of going for the shots which are not in the coaching manual.
Didn't get it from the bat at all. Leg by. David White on strike. David White would have been with the East Bay Blazers since last year. Good player. And so far, he's hit a couple of boundaries. And a good partnership between these two. And a quick one as well, which is what you'd expect in a T20 partnership, especially in the power play. That one keeping low, but David White does very well to maneuver that one for 4. Didn't get the amount of bounce he was expecting, White, but still managed to get it for 4.
Yeah, good adjustment towards the end. And once again, the swivel of David White. I think it's just stuck in the crease. Didn't move much. David White, he's very wary of where exactly he's standing as well. Doesn't want to fall on the stumps. As soon as that shot is hit, it attracts a fielder exactly in that position. A deep square leg, just in front of square rather.
Dave, I'm ready. Coming to you.
He's just following the ball here, the captain, Chicago Blasters rather. He's following the ball. He's got to be a little more proactive. Yes, this start is taking the momentum away. He's allowed to watch this go as well, Matt. He's allowed to do this because runs are flowing. 5 of the first 2. So 3 now.
Yeah, going at 12 and over. Currently the East Bay Blazers, all they need is 6.7, so well ahead of what would be ideal for them. Really taking full advantage of the power play are these two.
Absolutely. Now I get that single. It's a quick single as well. Between all those boundaries is the 2 good runners between the wickets, and that has been a treat to watch. The good deliveries, you don't want to miss out on an opportunity by trying to go for a big shot all the time. Sometimes respecting the good deliveries and making sure it's at least a single can make a big, big difference towards the end. Inside out is what one would expect with this kind of this kind of field. Oh well, or an outside edge would also do. Saideep Ganesh. There's no half measures here. When he goes for a shot, he just goes with full throttle. The keeper just stood there. There isn't much he could have done. It's a very good outfield, Matthew.
Yeah, all the edges will fly and they'll run away. Saideep Ganesh continuing to...
The edges are flying for 4. We've talked about the outfield being amazing. Saideep Ganesh wanted to saunter down the wicket. Well, Sahid Agupati just quietly mentioning it's not a walk in the park, it's a walk in the pitch. And the umpire would also have a clean view where exactly he's walking into. The danger zone is something he can't enter. 4 overs gone, 47 for no loss.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Zia-ul-Haq continues his third over. And not a bad plan here for the Chicago Blasters. They want a wicket, so they're continuing with their strike bowler in the form of Zia-ul-Haq.
Yeah, went for 17 in the first over, but he is getting some swing. It's a matter of getting it in the right area, but he's not been offered a slip. David White. He's got to pull out of this one. David White also pulled out of the delivery. It's because there was somebody in front of the side screen. That just means more effort for Zia Mohammed. Very good delivery. Gets it right. I think he's found out the right line and length on this track. There is some extra bounce.
Desperately trying to pull things back here, the Blasters. They'll need a good over. A wicket perhaps from somebody. Got to get one of these two out. In the air and over the head of the fielder. David White picks up a boundary. Little bit uppish, but clears the fielder. Look at this one again. His 4th boundary.
Was there to be hit. And he is seeing the ball very clearly today. Didn't try to hit it hard either. With that angle, the idea is to take it away from the righty or bring it into him. With that length, if you're trying to bring it into him, he's quite content opening the full face of the bat and showing the ball direction. This is much better. Or is it? No ball signaled. Or wide signaled. What's happening here? It's a wide signaled.
10 extras already by the Blasters. Not looking good. 5 of them being wides. And these extra runs can be very costly. Especially given 10 extras and it's only the 5th over.
What a fantastic start this has turned out to be for East Bay Blazers. 52 this opening partnership, and in such good time, just 4.2 overs it's taken. And they've been held by some ordinary bowling. This one, big appeal. Zia Mohammed suggesting a bit of bat on it perhaps. It's a good shout though. That
Ooh,
swing, that late
definitely.
swing that comes in, Matthew.
That was worth a shout.
Absolutely.
But you can see, he hasn't got a wicket yet, and his figures might not reflect it, but Zia-ul-Haq is still getting some swing and still causing some problems at times here. Goes short. Again, not coming up as high as maybe White was expecting, but manages to swivel it, but straight to the fielder.
It's coming quicker though. Compared to any other bowler, it's coming quicker. Wade has very quick hands too. David White.
Yeah, not easy to adjust to a ball that's coming lower than expected and fast. So
Absolutely.
very quick reflexes to get that one away.
And a bit of swing as well there is, and once again a good delivery. He's just getting into the he's getting into the death bowling mode here, Zia Mohammed. Whatever floats his boat at the moment. East Bay Blazers 53 for no loss.
It's not a bad over. Given the context of the innings, they've gone at 10.9. This over's only gone for 6. So Zia-ul-Haq so far has done well, but he's bowling to Saideep Ganesh, who's looked dangerous. 3 fours and a 6 to his name. And 1 ball, 1 boundary, just like that. It's a good over again for East Bay.
What about the slower delivery? Because the batter is expecting it to be quick, and the nice slow hands that we were talking about, Asai, that is for something that is going to be in the block hole like this one. It was quick, not slow. 3 overs for Zia Mohammed, 23 it's costed. 5 overs gone, 53 for no loss.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
5 overs gone, 53 for no loss. Chijan Voices, I'm Suhas Vedam, joined by Lenny. Lenny, it's a terrific start for East Bay Blazers.
Thank you, Suhas. We've seen a very good knock from both of the batters out in the middle. Ganesh has come up good. He has shown intent to really maximize the power play session. Ball guided into the offside, and David White has played a good innings. Look at that. And that one eludes the man and steers away for 4. That's a good-looking shot from David White.
For a man who's personified power throughout this innings. A crunch on the offside for 4. Swiveled a couple of times on the leg side. This is a deft touch. He's just given it to the outfield to take it where it wants to. Terrific stuff. He's got a good cricketing mind. David White.
So Chicago Blasters, not a good start to their campaign. And they'll be hoping that they can turn around some fortunes quite quickly, or else it's going to be a very long minor league series.
They've also suffered some injury problems there with the selection. The best players suddenly have a sit out, or they find themselves in a position the best player is there, but he can't win them the game because of carrying an injury. All of this has happened here for Chicago Blasters, but they've got to find the rhythm.
Yes, Suhas, you can't lag too far behind. We know all the teams have gotten very competitive. Look at that, straight down the ground from David White, and that's gone for 6.
This is shot of the day. Walking into a pace bowler and smashing him straight over his head. Working with whatever room was on offer, and the ball flies. Such a treat to watch when David White is in great touch. 31 of 20, and it's not like he's hurried to 31. He spent the time in the middle and picked and chosen the right deliveries to go for the big shots off.
So he's gone up to 31. He got a 35 in the series so far. Would have picked up 35 in this opening game against the Seattle Thunderbolts. So he's been among the runs here today. 63 for none.
Yeah, great adjustment by David White to be playing on turf wickets too. Against Seattle Thunderbolts, he had to go for the big shot. Hitting down the ground wasn't an option. The outfield was such that hardly you could get a single, maximum two. David White had to adjust accordingly. Today he's done it brilliantly.
So we saw a couple of 50s yesterday, Suhas. Certainly one by Ackerman and also one by, well, not on this ground, but in the tournament yesterday, Timbawala also got a 50. In fact, on this pitch, you were here for the earlier game. So here is Sai Dagupati, and he comes down again, similar one. And that's gone for the similar result. Yeah, in fact, it's gone for 6.
A terrific hit once again. 1 over long off, 1 over long on. Dagupati has to bear the brunt of a man who loves to extend his arms. Once again, it's a similar story.
Yeah, 16 off 4 balls so far. And Suhas, with all fairness, these Bay Blazers batters certainly not under pressure at all. Not a big score. 153 is the asking. And you look at what has happened here. 69 without loss. License to play shots. And we've seen both David White and Saidip Ganesh capitalizing on the fact that there's only 84 runs in 86 balls remaining with all the wickets standing here, and so certainly no pressure on the batting team at all.
Now runs only in boundaries in this over. 4-6-6 in 4 balls. They've batted without pressure, and what they've done with this sensational start is, even if a wicket falls, the man coming in will have absolutely no pressure on him. Sai Dagupati is finding it out. He's finding out the fact that David White loves to extend his arms. Anything that is in his slot, he'll go for it. If it's not in his slot, he'll make it as the slot by dancing down the track. Movement has been minimal from Sai Dagupati, unlike Zia Mohammed, who was able to move the ball a little more.
So we've seen a very good big partnership here. 2 out in the middle, undefeated so far. They're bringing East Bay Blazer perhaps to the 2nd win of the series. Oh, look at that. Straight down the leg side. And another 6 off the bat of David White, this time towards the onside.
White is in no mood. White is in no mood to stop. Hat trick of 6s. This time sitting deep inside the crease because the keeper was standing up. He's got swift hands and he's got a lovely wrist, of course. He's pulled it away beautifully for 6. And he's a strong lad. So David White.
So a hat-trick of 6s off the bat of David White. And Dagupati has gone for 22 in the over.
22 and a ball to go. Lenny, where is he going to post this one? He's got to slow things down, Dagupati.
We saw 26-6 struck yesterday on this pitch.
Can we have 4 in a row? 4 in a row. He doesn't go for it. But he's... Oh, that's beaten the man. That's beaten the man. He's going for 2 for sure. On the ball will win the race. He'll get 4. Another boundary ball. All runs in this over have been through boundaries, and some of them have gone beyond. What a terrific over it's turned out to be for East Bay Blazer, who were blazing through.
So 26 off this over. Look at that punch through the offside. And what are not going for 6s are going for 4. A big strike from David White in that over. At 26 runs over. 6 overs done. 79 without loss.
1, 2, 3.
Dagupati going for 35. Recently, in white clothing, we saw Bumrah hit 35 against Stuart Broad.
Yes, after many years of Test cricket, records continue to fall and new ones set by the unlikeliness of some of the players sometimes. Suhas, a couple of runs off the first ball from Mohamed Waqas as he's been brought into the attack. A flourishing partnership that has gone up to 81. You can see that on your scorecard. And so essentially what is remaining here, 72 to win from 82 balls. East Bay Blazers would have lost a couple of games in the series already. Would have lost one to the Seattle Thunderbolt. Good slice on this one up towards cover. Only a single and brings the attacking David White back onto strike. So just coming back to the East Bay progress in the tournament so far. A couple of losses to the Thunderbolt and also one to Dallas Mustang. And they would have won one against Seattle Thunderbolts already. They would have taken care of their 2 fixtures playing a team for 2 times. So 82 without loss.
For a change, David White decides to go down the ground. A single would suffice. That's the situation that his team finds themselves in, finds itself in rather. 83 for no loss. Chasing not a big target anymore. 70 required. This game is East Bay Blazers to lose from here. If they continue to bat this way, they can cruise towards the target.
Yeah, Saidib Ganesh has had playing experience over time right here at Prairie View. I've seen him in the Houston Open a couple of times. And so the conditions here at Prairie View, pretty familiar with Saidib Ganesh.
Fantastic delivery. Saidib Ganesh wanting to open the face of the bat, but that extra bit of bounce as well is troublesome. Mohamed Waqas, a seasoned campaigner.
So ball pulled into the onside. And that will complete over number 7. So after 7 is 84 for no loss. They're chasing 153. And that's the latest score here at Prairie View Park. You're watching the 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Oh, yeah! Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
Swap out with Matt for a couple of minutes. You and Juggy can chat about what we need to go through on it, and then we'll do a double change. Is that alright? Matt, are you right to jump in for a couple of minutes?
So the cricket continues. As Matt comes into the box. Matt, a big start here from David White and Saidib Ganesh. 84 for no loss. We've seen big partnership, but we haven't seen it a triple number 1, at least on this pitch, in the last day or so.
Pulled away, that'll go for 4. Another boundary. Saidib Ganesh continuing to play his shots. Not a good delivery. First up from Pankaj Kample. And well put away, given the treatment.
So ball straying down the wrong line here from Kample. In fact, pulled from middle stump. And that's a good looking shot from Saideep Ganesh. They go quickly up to 88 for no loss. So attempted pull down the leg side. We'll wait and see. In fact, more wides. That has gone for 5 wides. So insult to injury, Matt, in this over so far. It has gone pretty costly.
Poor start here from Pankaj Kample. 1 legal ball bowled. He's gone for 9. And quite a simple equation here. Should be all these base. 60 of 77 deliveries required. And with these two here, partnership up to 93.
So win here for the Blazers, Matt. We'll take them 2-2. 2 losses and 2 wins. This one is eased into the onside. And we've seen a very dominating display from the batters out in the middle. David White, he got among the runs already in this series. Would have gotten 35 against the Thunderbolts. And Saideep Ganesh got a 32 also against Thunderbolt.
So pushed away. Couple of better balls here from Kample. But lots of damage done already by the Blazers.
Yeah, we're probably beginning to see, Matt, you've got to, against some of the better teams in this tournament, you've got to post something in the vicinity, maybe 170, 180, or even higher for you to get a fighting chance of winning these matches. 150, we saw yesterday 165. Not holding up. This one down the leg side again and helped along the way. Saideep Ganesh has picked up another boundary.
Again, down the leg side, Kample, it's all going wrong here in this over for him. Swept away by Ganesh onto the fence for 4. Takes the Blazers up to 99 without loss, so inching closer to that 100 partnership, these two.
Yeah, this has been a very good knock from David White and Ganesh. On the verge of a triple figure partnership mark. Now look at that. Tries to switch here. Doesn't go too well. And the ball goes through to the keeper.
That'll bring up the 100. Both for the team and the partnership between these two. Ganesh goes up to 36. White is on 49. It's 100 without loss at the end of 8.
1, 2, 3.
Eight was gone. $100 for no loss. What a start this is for East Bay Blazers. East Bay Blazers blazing their way to a century. 100 for no loss. Couldn't have asked for a better start there. Saideep Ganesh, 36. And as far as David White's concerned, he is on the cusp of what would be a terrific half century. He has ensured that he's knocked the winds out of Chicago Blasters. 49 to just 25 balls. Terrific stuff indeed. Mohammad Waqas has been the most economical. That's gone up in the air. It's begging to be taken. Is that the first wicket? It is. Saideep Ganesh gets one not from the middle of the bat, and that will see the end of what has been a good innings so far. 36 of 23. And the partnership has finally been broken. That little break causing a lapse in concentration as Saideep Ganesh goes for a sweep which wasn't there. Top edge and an easy catch. 100 for one. In box, Mark Dayal as Saideep Ganesh finds himself back in the pavilion. Mark Dayal has been in terrific touch throughout the tournament. Against the Thunderbolts in the opening game. Won his team the game by 55 of 19. That was one fantastic innings under pressure. Developed a liking to Rohan, the pace bowler, and opened the face of the bat and scored a lot of runs behind the wicket there. The ball seems to fly off the bat when this man gets it right. Mark Dayal comes to the middle. East Bay Blazers 100 for one. Just the right time to invite Mr. Jagan Nemani, head of MLC Academies. Very warm welcome, sir. Lovely to have you here.
Thank you, Suhas. It's great to be here. Such a great match and a lovely setting. So happy to be here.
Wonderful setting indeed here in the PVCC. He's got a slip in place now. Waqas wants a slip in place. As a slight change in field with the backward square in position as well. He's got to come inside the circle. He's got to masquerade as a short fine leg too. Standing somewhere in between now. Good delivery. It's first up to Mark Dayal. Mr. Jagan, so you're someone who also runs the MLC Junior Championship. Tell us a bit about that. A lot of good talent would have come by.
Yeah, definitely. So at MLC, we believe in developing the overall pipeline of cricket for years to come. And as part of that, we started this academies and as well as junior championship, which is, all kids from under 11, under 13, all the way to under 19 play in that championship. It's a nationally done championship, lots of team play in it, a lot of exciting matches, just like what's happening here.
A lot of exciting matches, and it's such a thrill to know that you covered all age groups. So you're tapping talent at all age groups and nurturing them accordingly.
That's definitely the idea, because we want to kind of make sure that, that's a lovely shot.
This could be gone. This could be a big wicket. Mark Dayal finds himself back in the pavilion due to a shot that he can just not be proud of. Early in the innings, a little half-hearted, and Mohammad Waqas is turning things around. Is just what the Chicago Blasters wanted. 2 wickets in quick succession. One of the big man himself. Mark Dayal slightly late onto that shot, and he knew it immediately. He's got only height and no distance. Good catch.
Yeah, that's 2 quick wickets out here. So Chicago Blasters definitely fighting their way back into this game, which is good to see.
Yeah, terrific stuff from Mohammad Waqas there. Didn't let the pressure get to him. It's 100 on the board, but he kept it simple and straight. Slightly slower on that occasion. Mark Dayal misses out, and he'll have a lot of time to think about that shot once he heads to the pavilion. It was very unlike Mark Dayal, a shot so early in his innings. Loves to usually cultivate in the innings, love to stay there in the middle for a while before he launches himself. Today not to be. A miscued shot, not to be proud of. 2 wickets down for 100. We have Mr. Jagan Nemani with us. You were talking about tapping talent at every single stage when you divide the budding cricketers into different age groups. you must be nurturing them as well accordingly, isn't it? According to the age groups. Tell us a bit about that.
Definitely, we are doing that. So we have about 21 academies throughout the country that are part of our MLC network, where we could provide good professional coaches who are basically tapping into their experience of playing at the international level and seeding that into the young talent. And the young talent is learning a lot from them and building their, or feeding their passion for playing cricket. So that's what we want to kind of do to kind of keep the youth pipeline going.
Young talent. You not just identify them, but nurture them. It is great to see indeed, great to know. Tell us a bit about the MILC Youth Tournament, which is in the pipeline.
We are very excited about this tournament. UST MILC Youth Tournament is happening from July 25th to 29th out here in Houston PVCC. We got 11 minor league youth teams that are part of it. So 5 from Atlantic Conference and 6 from Pacific Conference. They'll be competing here in a T20 format for MILC Youth Tournament, the champions. So we have the round robins going on from Monday to Thursday. On Thursday afternoon, we have the conference finals, the Pacific Conference and Atlantic Conference finals. And on a Friday, which is the July 29th, we'll have the MILC Youth Finals. So it'll be a good opportunity for youth to showcase their talent just in a T20 format, in a minor league kind of a format way, which is what we are looking forward to.
Mr. Jagan, you're promising a lot of cricket is going to be there for everyone to watch and enjoy. We've talked about the kids, we've talked about the youth as well. Youth is, when they pick up the bat and ball, now they're transitioning into better players, isn't it? Aiming for higher levels. And you are a lovely pathway for them to aim for the highest level to play for the United States of America.
That's definitely the case. You look at minor league and what we have done, what MLC has done, and the minor league team has done out here is build an amazing tournament for everybody, right? So yesterday we had 2 super overs. How good a talent was displayed out there, right? So such good games are being done here. So from a youth perspective, we're trying to see that can we build a pathway where they can be playing in their local leagues, then they can play in a national tournament, which is MLC Junior Championship, then come and display their talent on MILC Youth. And once they do that, they're picked up by all the very good MILC teams that we have out here and get a chance to play in such talented, such good competitive tournament.
There's so much to look forward to if you're a young man or woman looking to pick up the bat and ball here in USA. That's a cracking hit. Everybody will just watch it. It's never a question of who's going to field. It's only a question of who's going to fetch.
That was a beautiful shot. Nobody moved. Everybody knew that it was destined to go outside of the ropes. And that's what it did. I guess they're going to go find the ball now.
It's going to take a while to retrieve this one too, as it hides in the bushes. A clean hit and no half measures. That's the secret of getting that lovely 6 underway. Angelo Pereira, the skipper, gets it from the middle of the bat. 107 for 2. And we've got Mr. Jagan Nemani with us still. You mentioned that at an impressionable age, it is important for you to get the right guidance as well. When they play the MILC Youth Tournament, what will the youth look forward to when they perform well in such a good stage, at such a good stage?
For sure. So one thing is MILC Youth Tournament will be live telecast. So they get to play in the similar settings that the adults are playing today and show their talent there. But not only that, there are many things that MLC is doing to support the youth. So for one, we are building a high performance center that's going to have a nice ground, few, turf nets, plus facilities and everything. We're going to get level 4 coaches to come out there and be there in the high performance center.
No, this is a poor delivery. The keeper couldn't do much. The ball will trickle to the fence. 5 runs gifted to East Bay Blazers. It's not something that Chicago Blasters wanted at this stage, especially having conceded 6 of the first ball. Mr. Jagan, when you mention MLC, you're looking at a huge area all across USA. And you mentioned super overs. What we saw yesterday is that talent is strewn across USA. 2 super overs, miles apart from each other. One in the East Coast, one over here. What do you feel about that?
No, it was great. It was great to see the level of talent that we already have, kind of MILC has already brought to the table out here across the country. The kind of games that we're seeing, it's amazing. And as I was saying, from a MILC youth perspective, we're building this high performance center where kids or the players who perform very well in MILC Youth, MILC Junior Championship, and MILC, they will be selected and brought into the High Performance Center, where they'll be trained by the level 4 coach on and help them improve their abilities. And from all the kids who are brought into the High Performance Center, there'll be teams that'll be selected and taken to India to play some of the under 19 state teams in India. So we are actually very serious about developing the youth pipeline. MLC is very serious about developing the youth pipeline, and we are putting all these programs together to make sure that it's all implemented.
That'll be for more. He's just toying with the bowling once again. 50 up for the man, David White. He's been sensational to watch. He's given up captaincy to the man alongside him now. And he's batting so freely, and this is what he can provide for East Bay Blazers. A wonderful start, and then shifting gears once he lost a couple of partners. Still at it. Would he be the man to anchor them towards the end as well? Can he stay there till the end? Mr. Jagan, you mentioned about the talent being strewn across USA, of course, and what youth can look forward to if they're a part of MILC Youth Tournament. Well, it looks like you have a vision to take USA cricket forward, and you want the youths to come out as well-rounded cricketers, as not only their skill set would be worked on, but with such good coaches and such technically profound coaches will also be taking care of the mental aspect as well.
For sure, for sure. And one other thing that I would like to mention as part of this overall development effort that we are doing is that we're going to be announcing 6 scholarships soon. MLC is going to announce 6 scholarships to talented youth cricketers to kind of help them develop the game. And, that's going to be one of the amazing things that's going to happen. So a lot coming through for youth from MLC. It's good to see that so many talented youth cricketers are plugging in, watching MILC, playing in MILC, and playing in the other tournaments that are conducted by MLC. And we hope to see more and more good youth talent developed and nurtured here in this country.
High octane cricket left to come, a platform to bloom and blossom for the youth, and at the same time the right guidance with wonderful coaches. Thank you very much, Mr. Jagan Nemani, for joining us here in the commentary box. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. And looks like East Bay Blazers have gotten back into the groove now. So good luck to both the teams there. Looking forward to kind of seeing more good runs being made in the year on this match.
That was Mr. Jagan Nemani, head of MLC Academies, who also takes care of the MLC Junior Championship, and of course with a lot to look forward to with the MILC Youth Tournament in the pipeline. 10 overs gone at the halfway stage, 119 for 2, as we have Lenny back in the combox.
Thank you, Sahas. Wonderfully done. It's 120 for 2, 33 to win from 59 balls. So, Matt, we have seen a very impressive batting display here from the East Bay Blazers.
Yeah, very impressive stuff from David White, particularly. Saidib Ganesh was also good. And now we're seeing some from Angelo Pereira.
So, Mohamed Wakas having a final throw. Final roll of the dice. Not much remaining here. Very solid partnership of 112. Make that 126 to be correct. And that's a big strike from David White. Hasn't he struck the ball enough so far?
He is putting on a show here today, David White. A brilliant shot, that. A clean one as well, right in the slot from Wakas. And David White is not going to pass on that.
Yeah, another big 6 from David White. This will do the confidence of the East Bay Blazers, Matt, a whole lot of good. They'll walk away from this game feeling that they've won 2, they've lost 2. And so things are pretty even here. Can't say much for the Chicago Blasters. Not a good start to their 2022 campaign. So ball played up towards the offside. And things are unfolding here for the better for the East Bay Blazers at the moment. Next match coming up on this ground. Silicon Valley Strikers will take on Chicago Tigers. So a chance to see some top talent from the Silicon Valley Strikers team. They've played well in this tournament, Matt.
Unbeaten are the Strikers. And looking at the team, it's quite easy as to why they're unbeaten. Such a strong team, defending champs.
This one is pulled into the onside. Fielder comes in, falls in front of him. And it brings the score closer. 25 runs to win from 55 balls. We've seen a very big knock from David White. And we saw earlier on Saidib Ganesh contributing 36. It's 129 for 2.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Mohit Patel into the attack.
And he comes in here, Matt. A tough situation, 24 to win. Good adjustment here made by David White. One of his better innings in this year minor league for sure.
Yeah, his highest score so far in the minor league this year. And he got good support from Saidip Ganesh right at the start as well.
So big performance here by East Bay Blazers. We're coming down to the latter stages here. Asking rate just around 3 runs and over. We've seen a very big knock from David White. We saw 70 plus from Ackerman yesterday. Ball pull through the onside. Fielder comes. Oh, he misfields. And more runs there for David White.
It's just not going the way of the Blasters at the moment. And that pretty much sums up the day for them. Just haven't been at their best. David White again. That pull shot swiveling. And look at this. Not a moment he'll want to replay. But another boundary to David White. Should have been stopped. But nonetheless, 20 required from 52 deliveries. David White down the track. Just the one. All East Bay at the moment.
Yeah, we've seen a big knock here from David White. The question is, can he overhaul one of the highest individual score we've seen on this pitch here, Matt? Yesterday we saw Ackerman getting what, 79? 73. So David White just 6 runs away from tying that and perhaps doing better. 17 teams has showed up for this event this weekend. This one is another single down the ground from Angelo Pereira.
We'll have another look at Mark Ackerman later on today as him and the Chicago Tigers take on the SVS, the Silicon Valley Strikers.
So it's 135 for 2. Mohit Patel will come into bowl to David White. Oh, smashed into the onside. Well, in front of the fielder at the mid-wicket area. And that completes, in fact, one more ball remaining. It's 136 for 2. And so 17 runs away from their second win of this year's Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. So top edged into the onside. Feel the back pedals. He takes the catch, a tumbling catch. And that might have been Zia ul Haq. In fact, it is. And so Pereira falls to 12. It's 136 for 3. Take a look.
Tough chance for Zia ul Haq, but he managed to take it. Made it look quite simple. Look at this, backpedaling, never easy. Good catch there by Zia ul Haq. Well taken, and it's the end of the skip up Pereira. 1-3-6 for 3 at the end of 12.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go Rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
Got that. So you don't eat fish? Yeah. So with 17 runs remaining, Awais Zia has been given the ball. Krishnamurti is the new man in. Ball struck and struck well over the infield. And that has gone away for 4.
Surprised you didn't see Zia a little bit earlier, to be fair. But here he is, and straight away he's conceded a boundary off the bat of Krishnamurti first ball.
Yeah, Krishnamurti is a top all-rounder. Taking on the pad. Oh, he's been given out. So that's the end of Sanjay Krishnamurti, a 4. And then the dreaded finger of Mr. Owen Brown. So another wicket goes down. It's 140 for 4.
Starting to lose wickets here, the East Bay Blazers. I mean, there's only 13 needed, but still, run rate. The less wickets you lose, the better for the Blazers. Krishnamurti walks back for 4.
So 13 runs still to get here for the East Bay Blazers. And we're coming to you live from Texas Prairie View in Houston, where it's 100 degrees, man, but it feels like, what, 107, 110? Another sweltering hot day in the field here at Prairie View Complex. Several pitches and several matches across this complex. What has been the highlight of what has happened from the other games, Matt? What are some of the big highlights of the other games happening simultaneously?
DC Hawks emerging victorious quite easily over the Fort Lauderdale Lions. And Atlanta Fire taking on the New England Eagles. Atlanta Fire in response to 143 set by the Eagles. Right behind us, we've got the Houston Hurricanes and the San Diego Surf Riders. San Diego, gotta think, perhaps still ahead of things, but perhaps maybe a fight back from Houston. Not entirely sure of the score back there.
So Vikash Mohan comes to the middle. We got 13 runs away from a win here, but Matt, we've seen so much cricket to know that sometimes these 13 wins, they drag on or they drag out. As the ball cut away into the offside, they could pick up a couple of runs. And so 2 runs to get Vikash Mohan up and away, and brings the equation down to 11 runs to win this game for the East Bay Blazers. So the next match will be the Tigers. Chicago Tigers will take on Silicon Valley Strikers, who have played unbeaten in the series so far. And Tigers will be up against a tough opponent, the team that everyone wants to beat, Silicon Valley Strikers. Not an easy team to beat. It's 143 here, 143 for 4. 10 runs remaining from 44 balls.
David White has batted very well today, in good form. Goes up to, he's on 68 rather.
And the question, Matt, can he overhaul 73 posted by Ackerman yesterday to become the highest individual scorer on this pitch in 2 days?
Certainly a possibility, only 5 more. And with 10 from 43 needed, there's no pressure on him at all.
So ball played into the offside. Will have to remain there. Away's Zaya has bowled an over that's given up 8 runs. He's picked up a wicket. It's 143 for 4. 13 gone.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
So welcome back to pitch number 6. And you're watching the Chicago Blasters against the East Bay Blazers with the news. Blazers are on course to pick up their second win of this year's Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. So Matt, what happens next week when you go back to New York? What's going on there? Philadelphia, New York game?
Yeah, big weekend for Idlewild Park in New York. 4 games in 2 days.
Well, not then. I think that's on the 23rd. But a single game versus the Philadelphians. So it's 143 for 4. Vikash Mohan will be on strike. And here is Ul Haq. Oh, he starts with the ball going down the leg side. Extras has been a problem here for the Chicago Blasters, Matt.
Yeah, 21 extras. And in a minor league game, that is unacceptable. Especially given is only defending 150, 152.
So Haq will continue. And again, ball sliding down the leg side, so a couple of wides. He's giving away 3 runs. So ball outside the off stump. Things winding down here. 8 runs to win from 41 balls. They're batting at 145 for 4. David White on 68. Vikash Mohan is on 3. And Mohan is on strike. 8 runs remaining. Play and a miss, so things have stalled here for the East Bay Blazers. But no problems here at all, match with just 8 runs remaining.
Yeah, walk in the park still for the East Bay Blazers. But yeah, that run rate just going down. I'm not entirely sure you'd want to slack off because net run rate is still a thing. And especially in a competitive division like the Western Division. Got some good teams there. And just in case, got a lot of teams tying up, run rate will be key.
So 7 to win. And David White He has struck 4 sixes so far, 4 sixes and 8 fours, but we come down to the latter stages here. A couple of balls can end this encounter. An encounter that will give favorable result to the East Bay Blazers. And Zia ul Haq. Oh, driven straight up to the man as short mid off, and that will complete, in fact, a couple of balls remaining. We've seen a couple of wides in this over. So immediately after this match, well, not immediately, at his next schedule, 3 p.m. schedule, Silicon Valley Strikers will take on Chicago Tigers. Hammered into the onside, into the come box. And that has gone away for 6. So another 6 struck here by David White.
Hammered into the San Diego Pavilion. And 6 more to David White. He goes up to 6-74. And that levels the score. Poor ball from Zia and pulled away. David White has been so lethal on the pull. Anything short, he's put away.
Yeah, he's done well. And what essentially, Matt, has happened, the highest individual score on this pitch in a couple of days of cricket, a day and a half. So he betters Ackerman by a single run so far. And with 1 more run to go, scores are level here. It's 152 for 4. Many balls remaining. David White on 74. So there we go. That ends the game. East Bay Blazers, the second win of the series, Matt. They're 2-2. It's 153. Game over. And it's the East Bay Blazers who comes out victorious. So that's what's happening here on pitch number 5 at the moment. We'll allow Matt to have a look at the scorecard when it comes up. And a big win here for the East Bay Blazers. So there we go. David White not out on 75. And Vikash Mohan towards the end. We saw a good contribution from Saidib Ganesh. He contributed 36. An amazing, well put together performance. Batting performance 153 for 4. And so they win by 6 wickets. Easy win for the East Bay Blazers in the end. There we go. Perhaps not too much to bowl at. And Zail ul Haq Mohammed, the only bowler to be used with all 4 overs. 2 for 16 from Mohammed Waqas. Other than that, it has been an East Bay Blazers show all the way. So big win for them. We'll take a break and come back with the next game up on pitch number 6, with the Silicon Valley Strikers taking on Chicago Tiger. Match summary: Waqas 45, Zia 38. But on the better end of things, David White and Saidib Ganesh 75 and 36 respectively made sure East Bay Blazers win comfortably by 6 wickets. Until then, we'll take a short break and be back when cricket does so on pitch number 6 for more cricket coming up at about 3 o'clock time.
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.